The IMF's next mission brings everything that has come before full circle. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, find out how it all comes together. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning review is a go. Greetings, agents, and welcome to the latest edition of the Porter Report. My name is BJ Porter, and I hope everybody's having an amazing day today. For all of my returning viewers, it is wonderful to see you all again, and for all my first-timers out there, welcome, and we hope you enjoy everything that this video and channel has to offer. Another big-time movie is dropped in theaters, so it's time to deliver to you guys the latest Porter Report movie review. This is my way of expressing my thoughts and opinions about the movies that I see and enjoy, and those that you do as well. The movie that we are talking about today is the culmination of a franchise that has been a staple in the action genre since the 1990s, and I promise you this mission is one that is sure to top all the ones that came before. Today I'm giving you guys the official review for Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Directed by Christopher McQuarrie and starring Tom Cruise, Haley Atwell, Simon Pegg, Ving Rhames, Esai Morales, and Palm Clementieff. Guys, let's just take a moment and give the Mission Impossible franchise and everybody involved in these films their long overdue flowers. For nearly 30 years, this franchise has managed to not only maintain relevancy, but it has also managed to set a new standard for large-scale blockbuster filmmaking. The time, effort, and passion displayed by the directors and actors throughout this franchise shows what dedication, teamwork, and respect for the craft can do for the art of visual storytelling. Speaking on the leading man that has been here since the beginning, Tom Cruise continues to solidify himself as one of the last great movie stars of our generation, as he is unafraid to put his life and body on the line to make everything as epic and real as possible. This man literally broke an ankle on one of these movies, and not in the fun way. So believe me when I say this man is dedicated to the art form. The Final Reckoning closes the book on the Mission Impossible franchise, with many seeing it as a glorious finale for the character of Ethan Hunt. With the franchise's future and that of its characters still undetermined, the only question that remains is The Final Reckoning a worthy send-off for the IMF and for its iconic leading man? Well, I think it's time we strap ourselves to a plane and find out the answers for ourselves. Here's the Porter Report movie review for Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. It is a common truth that we are masters of our own destiny. Every decision we make, every path we choose, every life we take or save, brings us closer to what our endgame will be. Ever since his early days with the IMF, Ethan Hunt has approached every mission with the goal of completing it at any cost. But recent years have shown that the risk of losing those closest to him makes every mission more costly than the last. In spite of the obstacles in his path that tragically included the death of one of his closest allies, Hunt has successfully acquired a key that will give him access to the Entity, a super powerful rogue AI with unmatched reach and predictive capabilities. With time of the essence and the Entity and its loyal followers hot on their heels, Ethan, Benji, Luther, along with former thief and new IMF recruit Grace, as well as assassin and former Entity loyalist Paris, must rely on each other more than ever as they face a mission that is the full manifestation of all they have done. As one of the best examples of adapting to the ever-changing landscape of blockbuster filmmaking, the culmination of the Mission Impossible franchise has arrived. The epic conclusion to the nearly 30-year franchise, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning serves as the 8th installment in the series and wraps up the narrative threads that all started with the first film in 1996. After going on the latest mission with Hunt and the IMF, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning is a supercharged, show-stopping finale in every sense of the word. It is never easy to maintain relevancy over a nearly 3-decade existence, but this franchise has managed to not only do just that, but also take measures to ensure that every entry is something special. Serving as the second half of the 2-part final act, The Final Reckoning pulls no punches when it comes to emotion and spectacle throughout the nearly 3-hour runtime. One of the elements that makes this movie work is our leading man, Tom Cruise. To no one's surprise, Cruise is in his element even in his final bow as Ethan Hunt. Cruise's passion for this character and the story is apparent in every frame. This is the most emotionally vulnerable version of the character we've seen, as he displays the workings of a man who feels the walls closing in, but is still confident in his ability to do what is necessary to get the job done. The work that Cruise and director Chris McQuarrie have done over the past decade is a sight to behold, and this franchise wouldn't be the standard-raising on-screen juggernaut it is without their contributions both in front of and behind the camera. The ensemble around Cruise is equally as effective, with everyone getting an opportunity to shine, especially those who were introduced in Dead Reckoning, but weren't given the chance to do so. Starting with our OGs Ving Rhames and Simon Pegg, Rhames is the emotional center and heart of the film. He sets the emotional stakes for the movie, and his contributions to the narrative make for some of the film's most gut-wrenching moments. Pegg is as phenomenal as ever as Benji, as the character is thrust into the forefront in a way that challenges him in ways unseen. Peg and Rames are beloved veterans of the franchise, and they do not disappoint in their final bows as the characters. As for the new players, Haley Atwell is given even more to do in this film, and she makes the most of it in the best way. Her chemistry with Cruz creates a unique dynamic, yet allows her to be the hero in many forms. Despite her joining late, Atwell's inclusion in the series was a gold star decision. Aunt Clemente had to still a force on screen in her sophomore outing as Paris, despite not having as many standout scenes as she did in Dead Reckoning, and Greg Tarzan Davis is a welcome addition to the ensemble as he makes the most of his expanded screen time. Shifting over to the antagonist of the film, Eastside Morales very well may have solidified himself as one of the best villains in the series in his second go around as Gabriel. His arrogance and sadistic aura make him fun to watch all the way to the final frame he's in. Others such as Angela Bassett, Henry Zerny, and even smaller role players like Tremel Tillman, Hannah Waddingham, and Katie O'Brien make such an indelible impression in their limited time on screen in a way that really makes this ensemble fire on all cylinders. There are a few other standout character performances, including one that was shocking to me that I won't get into for the sake of spoilers. I will say that this brings me to another aspect of the film that really impressed me. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning's ability to tie in every single installment in the series to its story is nothing short of impressive. I was shocked at some of the connective tissues that were present within this film that tied events of previous entries into this one. While some were pretty obvious, there were others that had me in pure disbelief. Believe me when I say that being familiar with what happens in every single Mission Impossible movie is of the utmost importance to ensure maximum emotional investment in this film. From an entertainment standpoint, however, The Final Reckoning, much like some of its more recent counterparts, is pure cinematic spectacle. The action sequences are filled to the brim with adrenaline and anxiety-induced tension that it makes every moment one where you're holding your breath and shaking your head in disbelief. The much talked about biplane sequence lives up to the hype and definitely ranks up there as one of the best action set pieces in the series. Not to be outdone, the underwater deep dive sequence is equally incredible, with so many heart-pounding moments that literally leave you breathless. This is already a top contender for one of the best action showcases of the year, made even more impressive knowing the passion, time, and effort that Cruise and company put in to make it as real and authentic as possible. Even in its final entry, the series continues to raise the bar regarding the art form of blockbuster filmmaking. All in all, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning concludes a nearly 30-year story in satisfyingly bonkers fashion, while also being an emotionally earnest swan song for one of cinema's most cherished characters. The work that every director, every actor, and every crew member did throughout this series is a testament to why this franchise has lasted this long, and not only survived, but thrived in the ever-changing Hollywood landscape. A concluding chapter that isn't just one of 2025's best event films, but a more than satisfying bookend to one of the best collections of action-based storytelling. As far as show-stopping finales go, I can honestly say that Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning ranks near the top in that category. What this franchise and its shepherds have managed to accomplish in its nearly 30 years of existence is truly remarkable and should be celebrated. It's one thing to stay relevant. It's a whole other thing entirely to stay relevant and do it in a way that sets a new standard for the genre it encompasses. Before I go, I want to emphasize something for those who want to get the most out of this film upon seeing it. Some of you remember that I put out a binge session guide for this movie not too long ago. After seeing the movie, I can say without question this is one of the most important binge session guides I've ever done on this channel. When I say that every installment is important, that is not an exaggeration. While I won't go into spoilers, I highly recommend that you watch every single Mission Impossible movie before you go into this one. It may sound like homework, but trust me, the reward you get for doing so will make your viewing experience all the better. But for those who have seen the movie, the time has come to throw it to you guys. Sound off in the comments below your thoughts about Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, but be mindful of anything that could potentially be seen as a spoiler. There are a ton of surprises in this film, so please be courteous for those who have yet to see it. This is already an early contender for one of my favorite movies of the year and of the still young summer movie season. Make sure to stay locked to the channel for more reviews and continuing coverage of the summer movie season 2025 and beyond. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to stop on by. I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of their day, and until the next review, I'm BJ Porter, and this has been The Porter Report.